George Clooney may have had a bad 10 days, but it was a bad day for some 100 Goodfellas yesterday. Mob bust that landed members of 7 Mafia families behind the bars and charged them with anything from murder and extortion to narcotics trafficking. To talk more about the big day, Howie Carr, columnist with the Boston Herald and a host on WRKO, joining us on Skype. Good to see you this morning, Howie.
Good to see you, Kim.
I would like to see how the lipo has treated you, but I can't see you very well.
I look good.
I believe it. Listen, I know you're doing a lot better than that 127 mobsters who were rounded up yesterday. You're a guy who follows these stories. Are you shocked by this?
No, I think this is low-hanging fruit for the feds to be picking off. This is a nice story to make them look like they're doing something. You'll notice the guy from New England, Baby Shanks, or now they're calling him Baby Shacks. He's not even listed as the boss of the so-called New England Mafia, which used to be called the Patriarch Crime Family. He's retired. They picked him up in Fort Lauderdale. He's not even roaming the mean streets of Providence, Kim.
Yeah, you're talking about Luigi Manacchio, right? Now,
yes.
Yeah, they pick him up in Florida. He's the only one, though, who was picked up from up this direction. So what's that say, Howie, about the Boston mobsters? Are we pretty much washed up and off the map?
I don't think that we're totally off the map. I think that the Mafia is just a mere shadow of what it used to be. And I think the real boss of the New England Mafia, as they call it now, is in Boston. You know, it's Carmen D'Annunzio, the cheese man. He's in Fort Devens. He's not going to be out till 2015. So there's a guy down the north end who's almost as old as Baby Shacks, and he's supposedly running the show now, but he's denying it. It's not like the old days, Kim, when there were lots of wise guys and their pals, and you had these satellite gangs. It's look at the fact he's 83 years old.
Right.
That's the average age of these guys now.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth because I wanted to ask you. I mean, we hear all these names, and it sounds, and I'm going to put quotes around this, glamorous. But are the mobs really like The Sopranos? Are they really like the movies? I mean, is that kind of thing really still going on?
Well, I think that they try to observe the protocols of the past, but I don't think they were ever really men of honor. Baby Shanks actually did. He was involved in a gangland hit, and he ran away for 10 years, kind of like Michael Corleone in The Godfather, and he was hiding out in Europe and New York, and then he came back, and he ended up doing 2 years for this double murder. And then they appealed on the grounds that the main government witness against him, another person who took part in the murder, had Alzheimer's while he was testifying. And he got out after 2 years, and that sort of became his legend, that he'd gotten away with 1 year per murder.
How many of these guys do you think this will stick? A lot of these guys be back out on the street before the sun goes down today?
No, I don't think so. They usually lock these guys up for a good long time. And the other thing is, if they are still active, when you make bail, that's a good time to get hit, because you're thinking about, well, do I really want to? I'm 65, 70 years old. Do I want to do 20 years, or do I want to rat somebody else out? So I think a lot of these guys are just going to claim that they can't make bail, and they'll just stay in until they get a chance to, well, let's face it, cut a deal and rat somebody else out.
Hey, Howard, do you have a favorite name? I know you've heard some of these names. Is there one that sticks with you?
Of this group, I like the guy named Bobby Glasses.
Bobby Glasses. Now, why do you think he got that name?
They show his mugshot, and he's got these Coke bottle lenses. So, you don't have to think too long to figure out why he got his moniker. So,
if you had one, what would it be?
Lipo Man. No, I don't know what it would be. I guess I'd just be Howie. Howie's a nickname. There was a big gangster in Boston named Howie.
Well, I'm
By the way,
you...
my new book I got coming out.
Okay, tell me about it.
Hitman. It's coming out in April. It's about Johnny Moderano. He had some nicknames, most of which he now says he never really had. But the book's coming out April 26th. I hope to be talking with VB about it on the show.
Well, we'll make sure that happens. I'm going to call you Skypo.
Skypo. You know what? That's a great one, Kim. Good work.
Skypo. That's you from this point forward, friend.
Is this your first Skype? This isn't your first Skypo interview, is it?
Well, with you it is, just not my first. Hey, Howie Carr, thanks very much. We'll be listening to you on WRKO.